What is up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Bottom to the Top deck. We have gotten through, what did we get through? Basic rules, types of abilities,
My card.
what clan you are going to play. And today we are at my local shop here in Calgary, Shoebox Games and Cafe. We're going to pick out some sleeves for Yet because I have run out of sleeves. I need to get some more for myself too. So yeah, what color do you want? Does it matter? Depends. You have any colors that are on your mind right now?
Nothing.
Nothing? Let's go. Okay, so pretty quick transaction. I got myself some Eclipse sleeves. I really like this color, and I like the dark insides of the sleeve. That's why I got these. What did you get?
Almost the same as yours because you were shopping.
What is that?
Mint.
Mint dragon sleeves. Thankfully, I still had enough store credit from when I traded in some of my other stuff, so didn't have to open my wallet for this one. Anyway, we're gonna get back. I think this is all we're gonna be doing for today because I'm not sure if the other stuff isn't yet in the mail. So yeah. All right, so it is finally Monday, December 13th, and after waiting for a while for my stuff, it's finally here. The booster box for some Divine Lightning Radiance and the rest of the singles that I ordered off of eBay and TCG Player. So let's get this stuff downstairs and let's finally get to opening this stuff. So excited, I'm so excited. Are you ready to open this box?
Are you ready to fold the laundry?
So there are going to be 16 packs in this box. This is Divine Lightning Radiance, so this is the main set where we'll be getting most of the stuff for your deck, outside of the singles that I bought prematurely for a deck that I was going to build, but now we can add those to the cards that you'll be able to use as well. Okay, so the main card we're looking for here is Eradicator, Dragonic Descendant. You have helped me open boosters before, and for some reason you always get all the good luck. So hopefully it translates into this as well. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, I didn't. So it comes with a die. This is Gold Paladin, I believe. The symbol for, yeah. So that's nice. And then, okay, imaginary gift markers as well. Okay, so let's do this.
Go.
You open them.
So it's faster.
Hmm?
Also, it's faster.
You have to show the camera what you're getting.
What are you looking for again?
Anything lightning. Oh, there's one.
How do I know?
No, this one here. The one behind it. There. Yeah, so Mighty Bolt Dragoon. Yeah. So we already have 4 of those because of the clan collections, but still good to have more.
Narukami.
Ooh, okay. So far it's 1 double R, 1 special reprint.
What's this?
This is for Genesis. Is another. Oh, okay.
What?
These are for a different clan.
Here.
Ooh, okay.
It's more gold paladin naman. What about me?
That's what we're hoping we'll get for you.
How many are we looking for?
as many as we can.
And then after this, you build the deck. Hey,
Yep.
cute.
That's a critical trigger for you.
This one too.
Should have enough.
What's this one?
That's also Narukami.
This one. Cute.
That's also for.
Oh, this one too. All of the graphics are cute.
One more chance for a triple R. Because there are 3 triple Rs there. We only get 4 per box. So let's cross our fingers.
Triple R.
Oh, what's that?
Oh.
Oh, okay, so it's a single R. Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
Are we looking for the grade 3?
Yes.
What if I don't have it?
Then that's it.
Really?
Yeah. But at least we got other stuff. So our VR for this box was...
Do I have a grade 3?
Yeah. From the Clan Collections. So you don't have to worry too much. We're just looking to get...
Extra?
Yeah. Ooh, careful. I think you bent the card.
Sorry. Oh,
Yeah, so be careful when opening them because you might damage the cards there.
sorry.
It's okay. I think we have 1 triple R left in the box. Oh, and there it is. Sadly. So.
What?
Oh, this is. Oh, the VR. What was the other one? Did we get? Oh, we got 2 VRs. Okay, that's cool. So that's Narukami, but I believe that's for a different build of Narukami.
Oh, so no?
Yeah, you just put it in the pile. It's the same plan. Last pack.
No more.
No. Okay, so no descendant there, but we already have 2, so that should be okay. But the rest we'll go through, and then we can start building the deck. You ready? You excited to build the deck?
I will arrange this by number.
Okay.
So it's this here. I like it because it looks cool.
What?
The cards.
Mm-hmm.
Looks
How's
very
the
different from the others.
card game? About the card game? Or like the clan itself?
Yeah, the clan.
The clan? Yeah. For the most part, we have basically everything we need to put together a deck.
Where are the other parts?
There's some over there where I opened up the mail a little while ago.
Oh, I thought all grade 0.
That's a starting Vanguard.
Ah.
Yeah. It's a good thing we got 1 because you need one.
Oh,
we don't have any.
one?
We don't have any from the mail, so this will serve as our starting Vanguard. Wow, this was a Genesis box basically. Oh my goodness, 2 Genesis VRs and then.
There's no Narukami box.
There is. This is supposedly also an Narukami box, but I guess it's just our luck from the box that was given to us. So just got to make do with what we have. I'm gonna get the rest and we'll start putting things together. So this is some of the stuff that I ordered online, mostly all Eradicator stuff. So you're gonna see a lot of extra copies of things. 2s, 1s, criticals, more criticals, draw trigger, and then a descendant there. So this is all accompanied by this stuff. So more grade 1s. Perfect cards. Which you'll
Why
probably
is it
want
all
to put in.
shiny?
This is from a special set where everything is super shiny. This is another descendant, so there are 2. We have that. More grade 2s. More grade 2s. Grade 3.
Ganda.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. One thing I love about Vanguard over other card games too. As you can see, there are more. The Mighty Bolt Dragoons. Okay, so if you have any questions about deck building and ratios and such, just let me know. Okay, so you can start. Normally I like to start with my grade 3s because grade 3s are the direction of your deck. Like what your grade 3s do kind of dictate what the rest of your deck should be doing, whether it's to augment what your Vanguard does or to do other things that your Vanguard doesn't.
Which is the main Vanguard?
Your main Vanguard would probably be Vowing Sword and Dragonic Descendant. If it's a little hard to read there, you can just get the regular version. It has an actual like text box that you can that's easier to read. These just look nice.
And this unit is rolled upon, called discard to
Rear guard. So basically, if it's your if it's your Vanguard and you ride over it, it will go to this. It'll go to a rear guard circle.
So it give you extra.
Basically, yeah. Like I told you before, Descendant is their end game. Basically, when your opponent's at 5 damage, because his last ability here is what makes him annoying. When his attack does not hit, so for example, if your opponent's at 5 damage, of course they're not going to let you hit, right? When he attacks, they guard, then you restand, and you can attack them again. And on top of that, when he rides on top of something, if the thing that you ride on top of is an Eradicator, so Vowing Sword is also an Eradicator, it gets all of their abilities.
So if I do this and then I do that,
you basically get one card that does everything.
So it's kind of like the other one. At least I was practiced with the restanding and
yeah, with
I
Tetra
still know
Drive.
the binding.
Binding is very easy.
Just put them together.
Binding, no. When you attack a rear guard, right, it goes to the drop zone. But when you bind something, instead of going to the drop zone, it's also basically dead, but it goes to a separate zone in the game where it's harder to access.
So like you can't retrieve it anymore because there are some cards that lets you
come from the drop zone. Yeah.
So how many do I need for this?
Well, for grade 3s, I like to go, depending on the deck, I like to go anywhere from 7 to 10.
7 to 10 grade 3?
Yes.
So maybe like that. One more.
I would just run the 4 because you always want to ride this one first.
And what are these? During your turn, if any player's card was bound this turn, what is that? You get
+1 critical.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's only a Vanguard skill. So as much as possible, you don't really want to ride this one because he's not as good as these two. It's more of just like a support grade 3 that you would have on your rear guard circle instead of like your Vanguard. So it's up to you. As
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot. This one.
The rule for how many of a specific card you can have in Vanguard is 4.
Okay, I'll have 2.
Okay. All right, so you got 8 grade 3s. You can put those away. All right, let's move into the grade. Do you want to do this descending order, or do you want to go into another grade that you have questions about?
What's your recommendation?
I normally do it in descending order, so I look at my grade 2s next, because the grade 2s are your utility / aggro. So that is Bolt, Pike, Dragon. What if your opponent's front row has 2 or more units, this unit cannot attack. So I just put this in because it's generic, but if you don't want to put it in, then you don't have to. Because also this is the what do you call it? Eradicators Spark Rain Dragon is a support card that came out with Vowing Sword, and it's actually a really good card.
How
And
many do I need for grade 2 now?
Depends on you, but I like going anywhere from 10 to 12.
Choose the column this unit is in.
At the end of the battle, this unit attack.
Move all back row rear guards to the front of the same column.
So the wording of this, bind all front row rear guards, so you would bind this as well after it attacks, and then you would move up a unit that was behind it. So in some cases you could probably do like a cheeky combo where you have like one of these and then something else, maybe like this guy behind it, and then maybe you could
so like I can attack again.
Yeah, and then this would move up because it would and attack again. So that's something that you can do. And also its first ability is really good too, the longer the game goes, especially when you're Vowing Sword.
Let's see. I need 4.
Okay.
I need some more.
Okay.
Choose a column by front row. It's the same. It's the same.
This one though is on place when placed on Vanguard or rear guard. This one is only as a rear guard. And then choose a column, bind one of your opponent's rear guards. So you wouldn't
opponent.
be it wouldn't be binding itself either.
I will bind my opponent. This one, my card.
And then the second ability as well. At the end of the battle, that your Vanguard attacked.
Bind one of your opponent front row in that column. Move up to one back row in that column to the front row.
Yeah. So same thing as earlier, right? Like with this. For example, these two, you would bind the front row, the back row would move up so that you could potentially bind that one too.
What's the purpose of binding?
It gets rid of your opponent's resources on the field,
yeah.
and it also fuels your deck.
Okay. At the end of the battle, your Vanguard attack if your opponent's front row has no rear guards. Oh, restand also. Let's see. When placed, the series gets 5,000 to the end of the turn. Look at 5 cards on top of your deck. Reveal up to one card with Eradicator and its card name from among them, put it into your hand, and if you put a card, discard a card from your hand. When it's attack, it's a Vanguard. And draw a card.
Soul Blast and draw.
This is good also. During your turn, if you have a lightning gun Eradicator in the same column as this unit gets 3,000.
So his partner is this guy. I don't know if their art lines up, but yeah. Because sometimes they do. It's nice.
I think so.
No, the lightnings don't match up. It might be the other side actually. Let's see. No. Never mind. Never mind. It was worth a try.
At the end of the battle, if attack boosted by
this thing.
Yeah, bind all of the rear guards and draw 2 cards.
So you basically like nuke an entire lane and then you draw 2 to compensate for losing 2 of your own rear guards.
I'm not really feeling that one.
Okay. I think this one is more like
This one?
Yeah. I don't know if you would want to play it though.
When placed, choose one of your opponent's front row and bind it. When your other units that did not hit, this unit gets 5,000.
So those are your grade 2 options.
What's this?
That's a great one. So it's all there.
Maybe I'll just get this. I don't know if I should get that.
Well, we can always deck test, and then if you want to try something new, we can change the deck list again. And then
how many is this now? 4, 8,
12.
Oh no, I only have 4.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, 10 to 12 is a good number for grade 2s anyway.
That one first.
Okay. Sounds good. So those are the grade 2s.
Okay.
Next are your grade 1s.
Grade 1. Discard the card from your hand. Choose one of your opponent's front row. Bind it and this unit gets 5,000.
That is the grade 3 searcher. When placed, look at top 5 for a grade 3.
Just
add
like
it to your hand.
One.
Yeah, just like the other one.
Automatic. Okay. When this unit is placed, look at 5 cards from the top of your reveal 1 card at the end of your name and from among them put in your hands up to your deck.
Yeah, so this one is almost the exact same thing as Mighty Bolt Dragoon, except it lets you search for any Eradicator card instead of just looking for a grade 3. So you could, like if it's up to you. If you wanted to search just for grade 3s, you could run Mighty Bolt, or if you wanted a little more flexibility in your search, then you could go Nusku also.
There's another one. During your turn, if any player's card was bound this turn.
Oh yeah, it gets plus 5,000, so it'd be a 13k booster.
At the end of the battle, this unit attack or boosted. If that attack hit, draw a card. Choose up to 1 card from your opponent's drop and bind it. If you bound the card this unit is on your put this into your soul. Why?
It's a pretty good card, I'd say, because it lets you bind things from your opponent's drop zone.
Wait, but it says if you bound the card, this unit is on your.
And this is it would go into your soul after.
Like Vanguard. So
yeah. So if it was like a rear guard, right, and then this is your Vanguard. Let's say it attacked, it hit, you bound something, it would go into the soul.
Does it eat too much soul?
Well, you got one Soul Blast here. You have one Soul Blast there. Let's see, where else do you have Soul Blast? I don't think there's very much Soul Blasting. Yeah, Counter Blasting, Counter Blasting. It's mostly Counter Blasting.
This one.
So that is Rising Phoenix. Pretty good card, because it recurs itself from the drop zone. So, for example, you had it on your field, and then it died, and it goes to your drop zone. Its ability is, from the drop zone, when an opponent's rear guard is bound, so when you bind one of your opponent's rear guards, you can call it to a rear guard circle. So it comes back. So this one, I don't know if I would run like 4 copies of it, but maybe just for like getting stuff back for free, you know, it'd be pretty nice. But it's up to you. That's just my thoughts on it.
So like automatic when it's already dead.
Mm.
When a player is bound, card is bound, choose one of your opponent's back row, move it to an open. But in every turn that I do, I bind something, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Because like everything you place will bind something almost. Like if you run caster, every time you place this, it will bind something. I think, yeah, most of your stuff will be on place. Oh, this one's at the end of the battle. And then, yeah. So that's Oban.
I did not get
the grade 2? No.
So it doesn't make sense if I get this too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so you'd have to run like a couple of these if you wanted to run those and make get full value out of them. But it's up to you. The rest should just be. This one is just another version of that. Another printing, I mean. Caster.
Discard the card from your hand, choose one of your opponent's front row, bind it, and this unit gets 5,000. I think this is okay for starting.
Okay. How do you feel on this Gasan? When
choose one of your opponent's back row and you move it to an open.
Oh, you got it already?
Yeah. Okay. For now.
Yeah, just get all the cards you think that will be useful to you.
What's this?
And then we can think. It's a grade 1. Like the bonus of this is that it has 15k shield, but that doesn't really matter. So yeah, I probably wouldn't get that. And then Nusku you already have here.
Oh yeah. This one.
No.
No, this.
Oh yeah. This one is for another type of
card.
thing. Yeah, it's for Dragonic Vanquisher.
Oh, so I don't have that.
No, you don't have that.
In place, if your bind was grade 2 or greater, draw a card, choose one of your opponent's back row, or bind, move it to an open.
That's only 1 copy though, so it's kind of awkward. But you can, like, if you want to see where it is, you can put it in the pile.
So how many grade 1s should I have now?
Well, now it comes down to how much space you have left. So when building a deck, you always have 16 triggers. So that
Start with this one,
okay.
And then I'll break down.
Break down the grade 1s. Okay, so I'm gonna put all of these over here.
At least I read all of it now.
Yeah. So your trigger lineup, you always want 4 heals. So those 4 are shoot in, and then perfect guards are also useful.
Draw.
Yeah, so those are draw triggers.
4.
Yeah. And now it's either you can run 8 criticals or 6 criticals, and then some.
Oh, what's the difference
between? So this one here, Wyvern Guard Gold, is a perfect guard. So when you place it, discard a card, and then you're safe for that battle.
So I need 4.
Yeah.
I have another draw.
Yeah. It's up to you. So from here, you can run criticals, front triggers, more draw triggers if you wanted to. But now, when looking at what triggers to put in, look at how much draw you get, or how many times your cards are able to give you draws, right? Or like give you cards that you want. So you have Nusku that searches for cards for you. You have Mighty Bolt Dragoon that potentially searches for you. You have Spark Rays Dragon that searches for you, and I think that's it. So you have 3 searchers, and then let's see what discards. So Caster requires a discard to activate its ability on place, and Descendant also has a discard when you want to restand it. So if you wanted to run more draws, then you could run more draws, but you already have 4. So it's up to you now. Criticals, front triggers, more draw triggers, it's up to you. If you want, you can do what we call running a rainbow, which is basically 4 of each trigger. So 4 crits, 4 fronts, 4 draws, and then 4 heals.
Critical lets you
Add damage
add
to
damage.
yeah
Front row.
yeah
just
gives
the
your entire
damage.
front row. You give your entire front row plus 10,000. Then draw trigger, you draw a card.
I'll get 4
4 crits.
and 4.
Okay. So 4, 4, 4, and 4. 4, 4, 4, and 4. So 4 crits, 4 fronts, 4 draws, 4 heals.
Maybe 2 more.
2 more draws. Okay. So what would you pair that with? So if you put that there, you have space for 6 more triggers.
Oh, 6 more triggers.
Because this is 4 heals, 4 draws, and then 2 more draws. So that's 10. You cap at 6.
Oh, I only need 6.
Yeah.
Maybe this one.
5 draws, 4 crits, and then 3 fronts. This is what, 7 plus that is 9, right? Yeah, so that's 16. Okay, so 5 draws, 4 heals, 4 crits, and 3 front triggers. Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I hope I
It's
can
okay.
do it.
I mean, this is part of the process,
The
right?
10,000 is also additional damage, right?
Yeah, so you would give that to whoever.
Oh.
Alright, and then of course you have your starting Vanguard, which is this thing, always.
Mm-hmm.
So 17 grade 0s, basically. So let's do a count. 8 grade 3s, 12 grade 2. 8 plus 12 is 20, and then minus, and then plus 17, 37. So you have 13 grade 1 slots open.
13.
Yeah.
Can you take this out?
Oh, sorry.
13. 4. 8. How many again?
13.
Oh no.
This is where it starts to get...
Choose one of your opponent's back. Move it and open back row. Let's do this again. Subtract 1.
Okay.
How many Eradicator do I have? Many?
Yeah,
all of them?
Yeah, everything here is Eradicators, basically.
2 and 3.
Yeah, these are also Eradicators. Mighty Bolt Dragoon is not. Caster is. Nusku is. This is also an Eradicator.
How do you Oh,
it's in the name.
When your opponent is bound during your turn, you may all discard. If you do, they get this. So 4, 8.
Oh, this is only 7 now, right? Because you took out 1.
Oh, 7. This is fine na ba?
I'd say. I would definitely keep this for sure, just because it gets big by itself.
And this one definitely is 7.
So 13. Is this for sure? Or are you still thinking?
I'm still thinking. When you're bound, choose one of your opponent's back and you may move it to an open. Here in the front. And then, if that happens, what do I do?
You can also bind that one, right? Because your deck is kind of limited to binding things that are in the front row. So if there's nothing in the front row, there's nothing for you to bind.
Yeah, this is sure.
Okay, so that's 7. You have 9, so you have 4 slots left. I mean, you can always put something together first, and then we'll do a couple of test games, and then if you're not liking it, then we can go back to changing.
What's the difference between these two? If
So,
any player was bound, this unit gets 5k.
yeah, so this searches for any Eradicator, so you're basically like tutoring your entire deck almost. This one searches for grade 3s only, and then it also gets power up. So that's one thing to consider as well.
Which one?
Mighty Bolt, right? It gets plus 5k if something gets bound, and that's very easy to do in this deck. I think it's discard a card. Choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards and bind it. Like it's plus 5.
How many do I have left?
Let's see.
Four.
So did you put these in?
No.
No. So right now you have 7. So you have 6 open slots.
7. Okay, 8, 9,
Mm-hmm.
10, 11.
13. Okay. We good?
So,
Okay, good. How did that feel? Okay, so we finished phase 2, which is, I guess, finalizing a clan for now. If you end up not liking it, then we can go back to the drawing board. And we opened a box. Let's start there. How did you have fun opening boosters? Because for a lot of people, myself included, opening boosters is like one of the most enjoyable parts.
fun is
Yeah, one of the most enjoyable parts of
yeah, because it's satisfying
everything.
in the moment of opening the pack,
Mhm.
looking for the card that you need.
Fun. You had fun. That's good. I'm glad because now you know how I feel when I'm ripping open packs and praying for stuff that I want. And sadly, we didn't get anything too substantial for Narukami. We did get Mighty Bolt Dragoon. Most of that stuff was stuff that we already had, that I already ordered beforehand, or for a different build of Narukami. But we were still able to put a deck together. Now, I hope that I wasn't too backseat driver with you when you were building the deck. How did you feel when you were building that? Do you feel like I was pushing you into certain directions, or did you?
No. Feels like you're letting me loose. It's unfair.
How was it building a deck?
It's hard because, like what I said earlier, you have to figure out what's gonna be your next move in every deck, every card that you choose.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to choose wisely or strategically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, but it's fun because you get to build something that you
Yeah.
have no idea about. Yay!
Yeah. So like I said before, when building decks, when you finish building a deck, it feels very personal to you because you're the one that put it together. You're the one who, put your brain cells to work and
'cause
figured
when
out how
you-
to make the deck.
Yeah, because when you play, you would know how many cards are left.
Mm-hmm.
Cards that you're still expecting to get from the deck while you're playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So comparing this deck that you built to the Aquaforce deck that we were using for practice last week,
Mhm.
how much more confident do you feel in this deck? Knowing what it does.
Maybe the deck is for me because I like the graphics. That's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see the pattern a little more better than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though I kept reading that
Mm-hmm.
for 5 times, I still don't get it.
Yeah.
But with this, even if I haven't played it yet, I think I have a better understanding rather than the other one.
Yeah. So that's what I mean by once you make the deck your own, you know what it does, or at least you have a better idea of what you're able to do with the deck, and because it's something that you put together. Excitement levels. How excited are you to start playing with your own deck?
The fire is already starting, so maybe I'll be more excited once I get to play with the card that I have, and it'll be more exciting if I beat him. So it's not gonna be fun if I lose every time, right? So he has to let me win.
No, I can't just let you win. You have to really win so that when I throw you into the Discord tournament, you're actually able to take wins too, or at least you feel a little more confident going in.
Well, even when we were practicing, you lost. So
Mm-hmm. I did lose a couple times, but that was with a deck that I built.
yeah, see, that's with the
So-
deck that you already built. So
Yeah.
and I still won. So what about with this deck that I built?
Oh my god. All right, so I think that's pretty much everything. What was the hardest part in building the deck? For you
The
personally.
grade ones.
The grade ones. Why the grade ones?
Because there's so many cards to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Because with grade 2s, you know that there are only few cards that you can choose from.
Mm-hmm.
rather than the grade ones, and most of the grade ones are trash. Not really trash, but yeah,
Like it's easy to pick out the good ones.
yeah.
What about triggers? How did you feel about picking your trigger lineup? Because I know that there are very numerous different schools of thought in terms of how your triggers should be for certain decks. Myself personally, I always try to be safe. So I always have draw triggers and things like that because it gives me draw. But what about you? How did you feel when you were doing triggers?
Well, I wasn't thinking too much or too deep about it yet, maybe because I haven't tried playing it, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get into that once I try playing the card, or I mean, yeah,
Try playing the deck.
the deck. So, but it was quite easy for me to choose.
Okay.
It's really just the grade ones.
It's really just the grade ones that you have
yeah,
problem with.
because you have to balance it out with the other grade cards. So.
Okay. All right, guys, and that is it for episode 2 of From the Bottom to the Top Deck Vlogs. We have the deck built, and next is are finally the games. So I'm not 100% sure what deck I'll be using. I'll probably throw something together from Clan Collection before we start playing for the vlogs. But I hope that we both hope that you enjoy this episode, and I am very hopeful that the audio will be consistent because I've just been using our phones to record everything. A couple things with the camera, but those all B-roll. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments and suggestions for future and current content down below, and I will do my best to get to all of them. Make sure that you tell your friends, especially about this series, if you want to get them into Vanguard as well, and you can show them that it is not that hard. Well, yeah, not that hard. Anyway, I am Jello, the Casual Card Gamer. This is Yet,
The Casual Card Fan.
and we will see you guys in the next one. Take care.